Hi, today I want to briefly go over shared web server ports that are privileged in Linux and how Boomi services can access or define those ports. For instance, 80 for non-encrypted traffic and port 443 for encrypted traffic by using systemd. Systemd is a management service in Linux that is used to control and manage services, and we define Boomi as a service by some of the articles that we have already created in Linux, in the community article. So look at those, you can find service, so that is assumed that we have a service, and we want to use port 443 for that service. I wrote this article to define that here, so that is there. This is just the video to accompany it. So privileged ports are basically ports between 1 and below 1024, and they need to be root user. But because Boomi recommends that the Boomi service is not run by root, therefore those ports are unavailable, except by this capacity called CapNet bind service. If we look further in the capacities, then we'll see that this capacity, CapNet bind service, actually allows a non-privileged user to bind to ports in the range, including 443. So what we want to do is explore how do we get that. If we look at our container logs, we'll see information about basically the ports being enabled, etc. But we can demonstrate very quickly that when we add a port 443 to our runtime, it'll restart the plugin. And then if we use Postman, we will see that that port is unavailable. Also, I think I went out of order here, but we'll see that 9093, which used to work, is also affected. And this is because the plugin is restarting, and because of it failing, and we can go here in the container logs, I have a tail on the container logs, we can see that the permission to access that port 443 fails, therefore the plugin fails, therefore none of the ports are open. So when you get a 504 or something like that for your API services, after you've tried to add 443, this would most likely be the issue. So to add that privilege, we can use system edit. Systemd has a capabilities called ambient capabilities, where we can set that capability in our Boomi service file, and the article describes how we do that to resolve this issue. So if we go to use these commands, you can do an edit or --full edit, and the --full edit will not create a temporary file. So if we just clear the screen, issue that command, now only thing we have to do is add that ambient service. So let's do that. Then we write this out, and then now we can see the Boomi.service. We can see the entry there. We can now issue, that's the command I just did. We reload the systemd daemon to incorporate the change. So we do that. And so now it's reloaded. Now we restart the service. And once we restart the service, we should be able to see, if I do it here, where, okay, so now the service is coming up. Again, we're telling the container logs, and then we should be able to see the plugin start and the ports open. Okay, so here you see the ports now are open for the plugin 9090, and then also 443. We can also, if we do a netstat and grep for Java, we can see that the port 443 is listening. So now if we go back to Postman, we issue 993 for that. Not only do we get a response, but then also for 443, we can also use that port now, and it's open. So I hope this was helpful. There's some references here. And again, the article is here. And thank you for listening.